Some may find it hard to believe that only in 2016 were groups like the BNP, EDL and National Action marching every other weekend up and down streets in the cities around the country. They were spreading a message of hatred, and as politics got more divisive, hatred became something that people turned to.
National Action is dangerous because what they sought to do through violent methods was create white supremacist homeland within the UK.
And this week, the co-founder of National Action has been jailed, and he's been jailed for 8.5 years at Winchester Crown Court. Alex Davies is 27 years old and he's from Swansea, and he set up the group with Ben Raymond in 2013. They aim to create a neo-Nazi youth movement in the UK and describe themselves as a white jihadist group. They modelled themselves on SS stormtroopers and toured the country, joining flash demonstrations that often turn violent. In York, in May 2016, Davies had been shouting into a megaphone in front of a banner that said "Refugees are not welcome, Hitler was right." By December of the same year, National Action became the first far-right organisation to be banned by the government since the Second World War, and its members chose to meet in secret and used encrypted messaging platforms in order to communicate. They would often go stickering, leafleting, and also joined demonstrations in 2016 in Liverpool, Swansea, York and Darlington. Davies was a previous British National Party BNP youth member, and he was known as a recruiter for the group and personally vetted people to establish how useful they were to the cause. The police said in the statement that he was very careful around security and travelled hundreds of miles, preferring to meet in person rather than risk written communication. He set up a splinter group called NS131 in the spring of 2017, and this was also banned several months later. Following a lengthy investigation by counter-terrorism police, Davies was sentenced at the Old Bailey on the 7th of June. Detective Sergeant Anthony Tagg from West Midlands Police said, "Our officers worked tirelessly to secure the convictions of this man, and he posed a significant risk to the community. These were not armchair terrorists, they were trying to start a race war, and they recruited people based on trust. They stockpiled weapons and researched explosives and also bomb making. They were extremists of the worst kind." Detective Superintendent Gareth Rees from the extreme far-right terrorism wing and the counter-terrorism policing network said, "Since National Action was banned in 2016, we have worked tirelessly to identify any individuals that engage with them and their toxic and dangerous ideology. The counter-terrorism work has led to a significant number of arrests and convictions, and we hope the sentences by the court are a warning to anybody who wants to get involved." So I really appreciate you joining me for this story, and please don't forget to drop a comment, any stories you want covered, anything you think I've missed, or any suggestions, or send your stories to news@scarcitystudios.com, and follow on social media at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.
They were meeting to discuss their warped, violent, extreme ideology. They wanted to prepare for a race war. They needed two things. They needed to recruit other people to be part of that. They were attempting to exploit and recruit vulnerable young people in order to radicalise them. They were meeting secretly. They were communicating via methods that were designed to be secret. They were preparing for this race war by equipping themselves with an array of dangerous weapons, knives, and we've seen only too recently the effect that people can have with knives. Let's be really clear here, National Action is a terrorist organisation, and we've convicted and disrupted a significant amount of people now within the Midland network, and we've severely disrupted their activities in order to keep the public safe. In the main, we've been dealing over the last decade with Islamist related terrorism, but right-wing terrorism, that is National Action, is absolutely on the same playing field of exactly what we deal with. So no matter what the ideology that causes people to have those violent extremist views and put them into action, we will, without fear or favour, investigate those who pose a threat to the